My name is Captain Lisa Rakes, and I am the commander here at the Kentucky Horse Park with the Mounted Police Unit. Today with me is Officer Oliver, and he's my partner for my work here at the horse park. And I think he's ready to go to work. Actually, today is what he's trying to tell me. So we partner together, and our job here at the Kentucky Horse Park is really to keep the park safe. So we do that in lots of different ways. We do that with our regular patrol, but we also not only keep the park safe, but part of keeping it safe is with the traffic enforcement and the parking, especially with all the different shows and events that we have coming onto the park. So Officer Oliver is a 16-year-old Shire Cross, and I've been with Oliver since 2014. So since he was a 5-year-old, we've been together. So we've actually been together 11 years, and it's crazy to think we've been together that amount of time because time sure does fly. And what makes me sad is when I look at Oliver's face and I'm now starting to see the gray hair come out. And it really does make me sad that he is getting older, but I'm getting older too, so we're getting older together. Oliver's routine for his work day is very similar to what my work day would consist of. And whether that's a 10-hour day or an 8-hour day, or sometimes if we're doing something really big, it could be a 16-hour day. So when I'm working, Oliver would be working. And then when I'm off, Oliver's off. Is sort of how his day goes. Now, what we find works best for us, and I think it applies to a lot of horses because, especially as they become senior horses, is turnout. And we like to provide our horses with turnout every night. And even during the day, if they are not scheduled to work, they're out. And that way they can move their joints, move their muscles, be a horse, play, be able to utilize their brain in ways that is not concentrated on work. And then when he's in, we would normally bring our horses in around 7:30, 8 o'clock. They would come, for those that are working, and then they would come to the barn, they would go in the barn, they would eat their grain, and then they would start the routine, their daily routine of getting their baths, getting groomed, and getting ready for their patrol. And that would take, say, an hour and a half or so, and then we would get them tacked up and go out on our patrol of the park. And what we're looking for when we go out on our patrols is traffic, keeping the park safe, alarms, accidents, things like that. And most of our patrols on the park is at the walk. And I think that's, again, very beneficial for the senior horse because we're getting these horses out, we're getting their joints moving, and we're doing it at a brisk walk. So they're not sitting idle in their stalls for 16 hours out of the day. They're actually out moving their muscles. We will walk sometimes for an hour and a half. Or 2 hours for, say, our first part of the patrol. In that hour and a half to 2 hour walk, we may go anywhere from 3 miles to 5 miles, depending on how much time we stop to walk, talk, or have to write a ticket, or because we're on some sort of special assignment, we may be a little more stationary. But when possible, we like to keep moving. And again, it's good for the senior horse. The more they can move, the better it's going to be for their bodies. So then we would go back, we would go out for our walk, come back from our first patrol, put them away in the stall, maybe untack them even if it's hot, or maybe loosen the girth depending on the weather, and then give them a break so they can get their water, get a snack, keep that gut moving, especially for the senior horse, give them their hay, and then give them a break, and then we'll go back again for maybe another hour, hour and a half. And again, the majority of our patrols is at the walk, which I think is very beneficial for the senior horse. In the mounted police barn, I have 10 horses. Out of those 10 horses, I would have 5 would be considered 15 years and above. Oliver is 16. I have 2 that are 19 years of age. I have another one that is 15, and then I have one that's 23. And the cool thing about, and something I'm really proud of here at the horse park, is we have not just one breed of horse. Oliver here is the Shire Cross, but I have a Clydesdale Cross, I have a Belgian Cross, I have a Drum Horse, I have a Percheron Cross, I have a Gypsy Vanner, so it's the Spotted Draft. So I think it's kind of cool, actually, to be able to represent all of these larger breeds of horses here at the horse park. So anything special I might do for the senior horses for their work. And I touched on it a second ago, but one of the biggest things I believe is very important is turnout. To keep those muscles and joints moving and lubricated. The other thing is exercise. So as a senior horse, you use it or you lose it. And that's with the humans too. We're out here exercising them, but we're not exercising them in a hard way. They're out walking, we still trot and we'll still canter, we'll still take lessons to help the horse and to help ourselves, but we're not running miles with them. So again, turnout, doing our daily walks, and then keeping their health on track, whether that is with some joint supplements, electrolytes, very important, especially in the summertime. Oliver, for instance, with his feet, if you don't have a good foot, you don't have a horse, right? So making sure you work with your farrier and your vet on any special needs they have. Oliver, for instance, we work with the farrier with him a little bit because he probably, as an older horse, a lot of the draft breeds will start to develop some side bone issues. So you can tell by the way he wears his shoes that, oh, maybe he's starting to get some of that to a degree. We may work with the farrier to bevel the shoe so that his landing is a little more cushioning and better for him if he is starting to develop some of those problems. And then you know, as you get older, Oliver's on some probios just to help with his gut and keep things moving a little bit. Our little Gypsy Vanner, who's actually the oldest we have at 23, he is hardly on anything. And it's kind of, he's like the little workaholic. He'll outwork any of these horses. He just goes. And the only thing we give him is a little probio for his gut. So he's just a trooper. Why do I think a senior horse is important for our job here for the police department? The senior horses is just so valuable. Oliver is the leader, literally, when it comes to any big event we do. We could not do it nearly as well if Oliver wasn't leading the way. And how does Oliver do it better, say, than some other horses? Because he's been there, done that, he's seen it, he's more level-headed, he's quiet, he'll tend to get to this big event and cock a leg and rest, take a nap, and he babysits. So that's another plus, is when we have a young horse in, or we're introducing a young horse to something special, we want to pair that young horse up with a senior horse. That way the young horse can draw the confidence that he needs from that senior horse that, oh, hey, it's going to be okay. And Oliver is great at that. Matter of fact, Oliver would babysit even some, we had 3 foals when they were tiny. Oliver was their babysitter, and he put them in line the first few parts of their life. And now it's kind of cool to see that he's working right alongside those guys now, and has taught them really how to be good police horses. So I've been policing since 1990. I retired from downtown Lexington Mounted Police Department in 2013. I tell everybody I had a 2-day retirement. I retired on a Friday and started here at the horse park on a Monday. And I'm still policing, so I'm old. It's 34 years that I have been in a police career, and horses have just been, I've been on the mounted police division. Other than 5 years of it has all been with the mounted patrol and been with horses. And throughout all of that career, we've always had senior horses in our patrol. And we also host a training seminar once a year here at the horse park. Last year we had 150 participants come, and every year I handle the registration of those horses that come, and so many of them are senior horses because they're able to bring those senior horses and pair them up again with some more people, some younger horses in their squad, and help them travel well in the trailer to get here. It calms the younger horses down, and then when they get here, it calms them down in the stables that they're at, in the stalls. And then even for the training, you can pair that senior horse up with the young horse or even the young rider. You need to really take that in consideration. When you got a young rider, they don't need to be on a young horse. You want to pair that young rider up with your senior horse who will really sort of take care of him. And it's a really calming combination when you can do that. But the colloquium has been in existence for 40 years, and that combination of mounted police officers across the country really coming to enhance their training skills and to help their horses become better. That's why they keep coming back here and coming to the horse park and during the colloquium we also offer classes that's not just riding classes. We offer classes on nutrition and farrier work and veterinary work, and anything really that we can think would be useful for the officers to take back to their departments and even their communities to help them do the job. I think horses need a job. It makes them feel like they have a purpose in life other than just hanging out and not knowing what they're going to do for the day, so to speak. The horses actually, our horses look forward to, oh, I'm ready to come to the stall door every morning. What are we going to do now? And the cool thing about mounted police work is we have that variety. So the horses aren't just going around in an arena every day. So one day we may do a lesson in an arena. The next day we may go out trotting cross country, and then another day we were sitting at an intersection literally for 4 hours straight, directing traffic off horseback. Or we may be going downtown and doing a parade, and then they get to see all the sights and sounds of lights and sirens and traffic and people waving and those. So especially for us in our job, there's so many different things the horse has to look forward to that makes him feel like a horse. But it's without stressing him, without, I don't want to say working him because it is work, but it's fun work, something that he looks forward to doing and wants to do. And he still gets to be with his buddies. We try to patrol with a partner, and horses are herd animals. They don't like to go out by themselves. They don't want to take a lesson by themselves. So when we can go out and patrol with our partner or other horse, then again it makes him feel like a horse, feel like he's part of a herd and that he's got a job and he's being useful.